Hello guys, welcome back to the Shadow Manga Teller channel. In the last episode, we saw that Lucifer and Bai Yunji arrived at the Bai mansion. When they reached the entrance, a guard tried to stop Yunji, but she slapped him aside and walked straight into the main hall. The second son of the Bai family, Bai Zheng, said angrily, "Yunji, why have you come back again? You stole the national treasure. You're a traitor, and that's why you were removed from the position of family head." Others also started saying, "Because of you, the Bai family has been accused of theft. A woman can never manage a family properly." Bai Yunji replied coldly, "I'm not talking to bastards like you. Where is my grandfather?" Bai Jing answered, "He's been very upset with you since last night." Yunji said, "No, I don't believe you. And where is Bai Yulong? He would never let anything bad happen to me." Just then, the adopted son of the Bai family, Bai Yulong, arrived and said, "Second brother is right. Grandfather is very angry with you, so you should leave the family immediately." Yunji asked in disbelief, "Yulong, why are you helping them? Did you betray me?" Yulong smirked and said, "You realize that too late. Bai Yunji, you never imagined you would end up like this, did you? When I proposed to you before, you rejected me publicly. This is revenge for that humiliation." Yunji replied confidently, "Bringing me down isn't that easy. I have treated every worker in this family well. I even gave them weekends off. If you respect my kindness, help me." The workers immediately responded, "Director Bai has always taken good care of us. We can't stand here and watch her being bullied. Even if young Master Yulong is powerful, we'll still fight." The guard stepped forward to fight Yulong, but Yulong quickly defeated all of them with his strength. Then he walked toward Yunji and said, "Now it's your turn." But suddenly Lucifer stepped forward and pushed Yulong away. Yulong frowned and said, "You're releasing external energy, so you're a cultivation master, Lucifer?" The elders shouted, "Lucifer, this is the Bai family's meeting hall. How dare you come here and attack members of our family?" Bai Zheng added, "The Bai family and the Yin family have always been on good terms, but your interference here means you're declaring war." Lucifer replied calmly, "So you think you have the courage for that? Fine, I officially declare war." Bai Zheng sneered, "Others may fear the Yin family, but I don't. If you've declared war, then let's fight." Then Lucifer and Yulong began fighting. Yulong thought to himself, his internal energy is incredibly powerful. Is he really just an ordinary young master? At the same time, Lucifer thought, his techniques are strong. He can actually match me. Suddenly, the system notified Lucifer, "If you kill Bai Yulong, you will receive 2 villain points and the Rising Dragon Fist technique." Lucifer thought, "I have the Luo Fengji 36 blood technique. Using that skill, I can kill him." He immediately used the 36 blood technique. Yulong laughed and said, "I'm extremely powerful. I'm not afraid of swords or guns. Do you think a few blades can defeat me?" Meanwhile, Bai Zheng said confidently, "Yulong is one of the strongest fighters here. He will definitely win." Another elder added, "I heard Lucifer was a useless person, but I never expected him to have such impressive abilities." Lucifer said, "Your Dragon Fist technique is indeed impressive, but it won't save you." Then he used his Empress Dagger, which instantly struck Yulong. Yulong shouted, "You cheated!" Everyone around them gasped in shock. "Did Yulong lose?" The system announced, "You have killed the minor villain Bai Yulong. You have received 2 villain points and the Rising Dragon Fist technique." Lucifer then asked Tina, "What are villain points used for?" Tina replied, "You can convert villain points into Tianjiao points, but the exchange rate is 10 villain points for 1 Tianjiao point." Lucifer said, "Killing a heaven's son gives Tianjiao points, but killing a villain gives so few points. It seems even you don't value villains much." At that moment, Bai Yunji ran toward Lucifer. We see that Yunji's affection level toward Lucifer increased by 10 points, reaching 60 points. Yunji thought to herself, "He caused such a huge conflict with the Bai family just for me. He didn't even hesitate before declaring war. No one in this world can compare to Lucifer. He killed Bai Yulong with a single punch. His power is terrifying. I used to think he was a loser, but that was completely wrong." The elders shouted angrily, "Lucifer, you killed a member of the Bai family in public. You broke the law and committed a serious crime. Even if the Yin family comes to protect you, we won't let you go. We've already reported this to the government. You won't escape." Lucifer stepped forward, kicked Bai Zheng in the stomach, and said, "Shut up." A little while later, Captain China arrived. Lucifer said, "Captain China, the witnesses and evidence are ready. You can arrest them." Captain China asked, "So you're saying that Bai Yulong, who is lying dead here, killed the guards and stole the national treasure, and that Bai Zheng ordered him to do it?" Lucifer replied, The national treasure should still have fingerprints on it. You can check them. Bai Zheng quickly shouted, "That's impossible. I never even touched the national treasure. How could my fingerprints be on it?" Then he suddenly realized he had said too much. He tried to correct himself and said nervously, "Don't misunderstand me. What I meant was that I didn't steal the national treasure." Lucifer looked at him coldly and asked, "So you're admitting that you killed your own father, Bai Chong?" Bai Zheng said nervously, "No, I don't admit that. Why are you making such a disgusting accusation against me? I have never even argued with my father, so why would I kill him?" Just then, the coffin nearby suddenly began to shake. Everyone was shocked. The coffin lid opened, and the patriarch of the Bai family, Bai Chong, came out alive. Bai Chong said angrily, "You tried to poison your own father. When the poison didn't kill me, you even covered my mouth to finish the job. I have never seen such a despicable person in my life." Seeing this, Bai Zheng became so terrified that he collapsed and died on the spot. Lucifer thought to himself, he actually died from fear. Because of Bai Zheng's death, Lucifer received 2 villain points. Captain China then asked, "Mr. Bai, was it really Mr. Zheng who tried to kill you?" Bai Chong replied, "Yes, it was him." Captain China said, "Then the case about the national treasure theft is closed. Lucifer, please forgive us for misunderstanding you. You were right all along." After saying that, Captain China left with her team. Bai Chong then announced, "From today onward, Bai Yunji will be the patriarch of the Bai family. No one is allowed to object. Yunji, always maintain peace with the Yin family, and never forget their kindness. They helped you greatly today." Then he added, "Remove my photo from this coffin and replace it with the photo of the second son. No matter how many mistakes he made, he was still your brother." After Bai Chong left, Yunji asked in shock, "Wasn't he supposed to be dead? How did he come back to life?" "Lucifer, can you revive people too?" Lucifer replied, "The Yin family possesses the ancestor resurrection pill, which can revive the dead." Yunji thought, "He used such an expensive pill just for me." The system notified Lucifer that using the Dai Huan pill had cost 1 million points. Lucifer thought, "I lost a lot of points, but at least I gained 2 Tianzhao points and the Dragon Fist technique." Soon after, Lucifer gained 300,000 points, and shortly afterward his points increased to 1 million. Meanwhile, on the side, Xiaoqing was streaming the whole event. She thought, "Finally, that interesting episode is over." People in the comments were saying, "Today was amazing. At first we thought everything was fake, but when that man came back to life we realized it was real. And the fight between Lucifer and Yulong was incredible." Meanwhile, Yunji's affection level for Lucifer increased to 80 points. Yunji said, "Lucifer, I have a treasure. Would you like to come to my room and see it?" Lucifer thought, "Because of this stream, I already earned 2.7 million points. Coming to the Bai family didn't cause any loss. Instead, it brought me profit." Lucifer replied, "All right, I'll come with you to see the treasure." Soon they arrived at Yunji's room. Yunji said, "Thank you for helping us today. Honestly, today I finally saw you as a real man." Lucifer helped her up and said, "All right, I understand what I need to do next." And just like that, their system went live. Meanwhile, viewers were commenting on the stream, "Xiaoqing, run away quickly, or your stream will be shut down." Lucifer said to Yunji, "You shouldn't have provoked me." The system then notified, "Bai Yunji's affection level has reached 80. You have obtained the talent of insight. However, since the affection level has not reached 98, you will not receive Tianzhao points." The next day, Lucifer said, "Sorry for acting so violently yesterday." Yunji replied, "It's fine. I was the one who took the initiative first. By the way, today there's a stone auction at the Dragon Palace. Some amazing stones will be auctioned there. Would you like to come with me?" Lucifer thought, "Now that I have the talent of insight, I can test my skill there." He replied, "Sure, I'll come, but I'll bring my friends with me." Soon we see Lucifer, Bai Yunji, and Myra arriving at the location. Yunji explained, "Many years ago, an emerald mine was shut down because of a war. All the products from that mine were brought here." Myra added, "There's also a king bead here. It will attract all the major emerald tycoons." The king bead was actually a stone belonging to Qin Tian. Lucifer said, "So this is Qin Tian's stone. I've been searching for it all over the world, and now it appeared right in front of me. That guy is impressive. He even has the king bead." At that moment, Lin Feng said, "Boss, I saw Qin Tian at the gate, but the security guards aren't letting him enter because he doesn't have an invitation card." Lucifer thought, someone will probably give him an invitation card soon, so he can make a dramatic entrance in front of everyone. "I need to create some trouble here." Lucifer then said, "Go to the administrator and bring him here. I'm going to the monitoring room." Meanwhile, at the entrance gate, Qin Tian was arguing with the guards. He said angrily, "You're very arrogant. The king bead stone here belongs to me. Why aren't you letting me in?" The guard replied, "Sir, we're sorry, but anyone without an invitation card cannot enter." At that moment, the manager arrived and said, "Move aside. Don't you know who this is? How dare you stop Mr. Qin?" He then handed Qin Tian a VIP invitation and said, "Mr. Qin, please come in." Qin Tian slapped the VIP card against the guards' faces and said, "Now do you understand who I am?" The guards quickly apologized. Qin Tian thought, "It's been a long time since I behaved so aggressively." As he walked inside, he thought, "Using the power of my eyes, I'll extract the jade from the stones here. Then I'll sell my king bead for a huge profit. It will definitely sell for 500 million. Jiang Chong will make me extremely rich." Then, looking at the stones, he said, "My technique consumes too much energy. That's why I mark the jade inside every stone beforehand, so I won't have to activate the technique repeatedly." After that, he started marking the jade inside each stone one by one. Lucifer said, "Buy every stone that Qin Tian marks. Don't worry about the price at all. I can pay any amount." Lucifer thought to himself, "Qin Tian, this is just the beginning." Bai Yunji then said, "Lucifer, isn't this risky? I know Qin Tian understands how to find treasures, but what if he makes a mistake?" Lucifer replied calmly, "I trust him." In his mind, Lucifer thought, Qin Tian's biggest weakness is overusing the power of his eyes. Because of that, he won't be able to use it for long. Yunji then said, "Lucifer, please help me. In the past few years, because the international emerald market has declined, our jewelry business hasn't been selling well. That's why I need some valuable items this time. I rarely attend auctions, but this is my first time coming here. If I return empty-handed, I won't be able to face my family." Lucifer pointed at a stone and said, "A remarkable treasure will come out of this stone. I won't bid on it. You should buy it." Yunji replied nervously, "Its price is 500 million, and with the transaction fees, it will reach almost 1 billion. If there's no green jade inside, all that money will be wasted." Lucifer said confidently, "Trust me." He thought to himself, if Qin Tian marked it, there's no way it will be a loss. Yunji nodded and said, "All right, I'll bid for it." "Lucifer, you're the first person I've ever trusted like this. If I lose money, then I'll accept that I trusted the wrong person." At that moment, the host announced, "The bidding for the king bead starts at 500 million. Jiang Renji said, "All 4 major families are represented here. The Yin family's Lucifer, who has immense wealth, Jiang Renji, the new head of the Jiang family, Bai Yunji, the new head of the Bai family, and Ji Wuji, the young master of the Ji family." Meanwhile, Qin Tian thought arrogantly, "These 4 great families are useless. Sooner or later, they'll all be crushed beneath my feet." We then see Jiang Renji place a bid of 700 million. Yunji stepped forward and said confidently, "Whatever I want, I always get. Renji, step back, or you'll suffer a huge loss." At the same time, Qin Tian noticed Lucifer and thought, "Lucifer is still alive? I even cut Myra's throat before. How did she survive?" Lin Feng said angrily, "If Qin Tian tries anything here, I'll kill him." Lucifer replied calmly, "Lin Feng, relax. Why rush? The real fun is just about to begin. Qin Tian will have plenty of fun playing this game." Then Yunji said, "I'll bid 750 million for this stone." Immediately, Ji Wuji stepped forward and said, "I bid 800 million. Aunt Yunji, I know your family urgently needs jade, but my parents ordered me to bring something back as well." Yunji replied coldly, "Your father will have to regret this." Then she raised the bid to 850 million. Ji Wuji said, "Then I'll bid 900 million. Qin Tian thought smugly, "All the big families are competing. In the end, all the profit will belong to me." Lucifer quietly said, "Yunji, bid 1 billion. When Bai Yunji raised the bid to 1 billion, everyone in the hall was shocked. Yunji thought nervously, "Before coming here, the family elders told me never to bid more than 800 million for any stone. But I trusted Lucifer and bid 1 billion. Why are those 2 bastards suddenly silent after raising the price so much?" Just as Ji Wuji and Jiang Renji were about to increase their bids again, Lucifer suddenly released his aura. Jiang Renji said weakly, "I'm not feeling well. I won't bid anymore." Then Lucifer looked at Ji Wuji and said, "Brother Wuji, you wanted that cup from my house used to feed the cat, right? I'll give it to you." Ji Wuji immediately replied, "Thank you, brother. Then I'll stop bidding." The host announced, "The winning bid goes to Boss Bai Yunji. Congratulations." Meanwhile, viewers watching the stream were commenting, "Someone paid 1 billion for a stone. If someone offered me 10 million for my life, I'd gladly give it." The streamer Xiao Qing said, "After buying a stone, The first thing to do is cut it open and check what's inside. Let's see whether Baiyunji will make a profit or a loss. If the jade inside gets even slightly damaged while cutting, its value will drop drastically. And a stone can only be cut 3 times. If nothing comes out after that, the stone becomes worthless. Yunji nervously said, "Where should I cut it? I'm really scared." Then she remembered something. 8 years ago, my grandfather taught me a technique. I'll use that. Lucifer thought. Her insight skill is actually impressive. After marking the stone, Yunji said, "Cut it where I marked." When the stone was cut open, the inside turned out to be completely white. Yunji said, "I still have one more chance. Cut it again." The streamer Xiaoqing explained, "If a stone reveals white color, it usually means there's nothing inside. The thing people fear most after that is a manual stone, which is basically worthless." When they cut it the second time, it turned out to be a manual stone. Yunji sighed and said, "It's all over. I shouldn't have trusted Lucifer." People around them began whispering, "Lucifer is useless." Because of him, Baiyunji suffered a huge loss. But Yunji said firmly, "Cut it one more time." Just then, Qin Tian stepped forward and said, "Stop! Don't cut it again. Miss Bai, if you cut it again, the stone will become completely worthless." Yunji replied coldly, "And what value does it have right now? At least cutting it gives me a chance." Qin Tian said, "I can pay 200 million for this stone. At least you'll recover something." Yunji thought to herself, "I can't see any jade inside this stone. Maybe I should just accept the deal." Just as she was about to agree, Lucifer stepped in. Lucifer said coldly, "Qin Tian, you sold this stone for 1 billion, and now you want to buy it back for 200 million. That means you want to take 200 million from Baiyunji's money and make an 800 million profit. I've never seen such a greedy dog in my life." People watching the stream started commenting, "Lucifer is back in the game. Now, he won't spare anyone." The streamer said, "If it were me, I would have sold the stone for 200 million. Recovering something is better than suffering a total loss. But Lucifer isn't an ordinary person. If he said something, he must have a reason." Qin Tian replied, "After one more cut, even I wouldn't buy this stone. Besides, Yunji is the one selling it and I'm the one buying it. What does it have to do with you?" Lucifer answered, "Of course it has something to do with me. Bai Yunji is my woman, and everything related to her is also my business. If I say this stone won't be sold, then you can't do anything about it." Qin Tian thought to himself, "Why does it feel so irritating seeing him standing beside Yunji?" Then Qin Tian said, "Fine. I'll offer 500 million for the stone. Because of me, your loss can be reduced." Yunji was almost ready to sell it, but Lucifer refused. Yunji pinched Lucifer and whispered, "What are you doing? Because of your stubbornness, I might lose a lot of money." Lucifer replied calmly, "You're worried about 500 million? I'll give you 1 billion instead." Yunji said in shock, "Everyone already knows this stone is worthless, and you're still willing to pay 1 billion for it?" Lucifer said gently, "Compared to you, this stone has no value. Seeing you sad makes me feel bad." At that moment, Yunji's affection level increased by 10 points. People watching commented, "Our hero finally got his heroine." Yunji said seriously, "I checked it carefully. I don't see any chance that jade is inside." Lucifer replied, "There's still a chance." Yunji asked, "How can you be so sure?" Lucifer answered, "Because of Qin Tian." He thought to himself, "The chosen ones blessed by heaven often create miracles. If Qin Tian valued this stone at 500 million, then its real value must be extremely high." Yunji then asked, "How will you know what's inside the stone?" Lucifer said, "Don't worry. I'll mark the spot where it should be cut." He activated the power of his eyes and marked a point on the stone. He said, "Cut the stone right here." Zhang Renji sneered, "Lucifer is about to embarrass himself badly." Jiwuji said, "What is Lucifer even doing? No one understands." Meanwhile, Qin Tian thought he marked the exact spot where I was about to mark. But he seems even more confident than me. Who exactly is this Lucifer? When the stone was cut, everyone gasped. "It's Green Emperor Jade." Zhang Renji said, "Lucifer, you're about to become incredibly rich. You found such a huge Green Emperor Jade and it's completely flawless. Something like this only appears once in 100 years. Jiwuji added, "Yes, Lucifer, your luck is incredible." But Qin Tian said, "This isn't just Green Emperor Jade." Yunji looked carefully and said, "Yes, it's even rarer than that." The narrator explained that in ancient palaces, the lanterns used lightning stones, which could glow and illuminate the night. And this was exactly that type of stone. Yunji said excitedly, "If we turn this into a lantern, it will be worth an enormous amount of money. And even after making a lantern, there will still be enough material left to create many pieces of jewelry." This is a priceless treasure, and its starting price alone is more than 10 billion. She then felt ashamed and thought, I'm such a terrible person. I doubted Lucifer even though he was helping me. Meanwhile, Qin Tian cried in frustration. I thought it was Green Emperor Jade, but I never imagined it was a lightning stone. If I had known, I would rather have died than sell it. He looked at Lucifer and said, why does it feel like you're the main character of this story, even though you're supposed to be the villain? Yunji then said, Lucifer, I sold you this stone for 1 billion, so could you give me the remaining pieces? Lucifer smiled and said, how will you thank me for it? Yunji replied, whatever you ask, I'll do. Lucifer said, then I'll give you the entire lightning stone. I don't need anything from it. Everyone was shocked. Jiang Renji said, he just gave such a priceless treasure to a girl. Jiwuji laughed and said, Lucifer is a strange man. He can do anything. Lucifer replied calmly, yes, I value women, not treasures. As long as a woman is happy because of me, I'm willing to spend any amount of money. At that moment, Yunji's affection level crossed 90 points, and she suddenly kissed Lucifer. Jiwuji joked, this is basically a public announcement that the Bai family and the Yin family are now connected. Jiang Renji said with jealousy, I'm really feeling jealous right now. Meanwhile, Qin Tian thought bitterly, why does this feel so painful? Yunji and I never had any relationship, but it feels like someone just stole my wife. Just then, Myra came running toward Lucifer. She said, Brother Lucifer, all the stones you told me about brought us huge profits. But when she saw Lucifer and Yunji together, she froze. Myra angrily said, you're such a jerk. I don't want to talk to you. Then she ran away. Yunji asked, Lucifer, aren't you going to chase after her? Lucifer replied calmly, yes, I like her. But if I chase after her, what value would I have left? I won't become anyone's lapdog. Such people have no value. At that moment, the system notified, Bai Yunji's affection task has been completed. You have received 1 Tianzhao point. Soon after, the auction ended and everyone began leaving the auction house. Lin Feng said, Boss, should I kill Qin Tian here? Lucifer replied calmly, if this story was written by the heavens, then the hero wouldn't die in the middle of the road. A villain usually attacks openly in front of everyone. That's why villains always lose. You don't need to do anything here. I'll deal with him myself. Lin Feng thought, I didn't understand anything he just said, but it sounded really cool. Jiwuji then said, Lucifer has changed a lot. I think he must have obtained some powerful treasure. Yejui replied, you're worrying too much. In this world, there are very few people who possess a body and luck like yours. Jiwuji then asked, Yejui, in the future, could Lucifer and Bai Yunji join forces and build their own power? Would that affect our plan? Yejui replied, we came here today to win the king bead, but we failed. However, now we have the opportunity to attack the old man, which is actually the biggest issue. Jiwuji said, it seems we'll have to change our plan. Suddenly, Qin Tian appeared and placed a knife against Yejui's neck. He said coldly, don't move. Jiwuji shouted, Qin Tian, what are you doing? We've never had any hostility between us. So why are you acting like this? Qin Tian replied, I'm not here to attack you. Just use your car and drop me outside Cheng. My enemies are watching me, so your car is the safest option. Yejui asked, are you hiding from Lucifer? If that's the case, you can lower your knife. Qin Tian asked, do you hate him too? Yejui replied, yes, he has offended us as well. Qin Tian smiled and said, that's good. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. When Jiwuji's car left, Lin Feng's guards didn't stop it. Lin Feng said, that's Master Jiwuji's car. We can't stop it. Later, Yejui dropped Qin Tian outside the city. She handed him a bottle of water and said, this might help you on your journey. Qin Tian replied, thank you, Miss Yejui. Yejui said, I believe you'll return someday and repay this kindness. Qin Tian thinks to himself, I'm quite handsome, and my aura is pretty intimidating, but I won't fall into the trap of some beauty. Let's see what these two are actually thinking about me. Meanwhile, Jiwuji thinks, if he hadn't taken us hostage, we would never have offended Lucifer because of him. At the same time, Yejui thinks, if he's going to take revenge on Lucifer, that's actually great news. While drinking water, Qin Tian thinks, this girl Yejui is quite good. She hasn't told me a single lie. But the moment he drinks the water, he suddenly collapses to the ground. Jiwuji exclaims, what just happened? How did he suddenly fall like that? Yejui calmly replies, Qin Tian did exactly what Lucifer predicted. Fortunately, I used the special color contact lenses Lucifer gave me. Otherwise, today would have been very troublesome for me. Jiwuji asked, when did you make a deal with Lucifer behind my back? He's not a good person. You should stay away from him. At that moment, Lucifer appeared. He said, young Master Jiwuji, How can you insult me right in front of me? And as for Ye Jui, she did all of this for your sake. Lucifer extended his hand and said, "It was a pleasure working with you." Ye Jui replied, "I simply did what I promised. Now it's your turn to fulfill your promise." Jiwuji said, "Ye Jui, what kind of deal did you make with him? Please tell me." Ye Jui smiled and said, "That's something I can't tell you." Lucifer thought, this girl is actually quite attractive. He then stepped on Kintian's chest and said coldly, "Seeing you like this makes me feel very satisfied." Later, Lucifer took Kintian to a construction site. Lin Feng reported, "Boss, just like you said, I fed Kintian a basket of mushrooms. He couldn't even finish them." Lucifer nodded. "Good job. I carefully selected those colorful mushrooms. They create extremely dangerous illusions. Kintian loves to trick other people, doesn't he? Let's see how he likes it now." Lin Feng thought, Lucifer is truly ruthless, giving someone such a terrible death. At that moment, Lin Feng's loyalty increased to 90 points. Lin Feng said, "He hurt my sister, so he deserves punishment." When Kintian finally opened his eyes, he groaned. "My head hurts so much. Where am I?" He looked into a mirror and shouted, "Who is that? How dare you stare at me like that?" He attacked the mirror, but the attack reflected back and hit him. Kintian panicked. "What's happening? My head hurts so much." Seeing his reflection in multiple mirrors around him, he became terrified. He shouted, "I didn't do anything wrong. Please don't kill me." Then he used the full power of his eye technique and screamed, "Kill them all." But suddenly, he coughed up blood and collapsed. The system announced, "Congratulations. You have completed the task and received 2 Tianzhao points. Kintian's golden eye technique has also been taken." Lucifer said calmly, "Kintian is actually scared of his own reflection. Interesting." Meanwhile, Kintian, now confused and delirious, looked at Lin Feng and said, "Dad, I'm hungry. Please give me something to eat." Lin Feng said, "I saw Kintian use the full power of his eyes on the mirrors. The pressure must have been too much. He might have gone completely insane." Lucifer wondered, is he really insane or is he pretending? Suddenly Kintian grabbed Lin Feng's gun and said, "Dad, I want to play with your gun." Lucifer thought he was about to attack, but Kintian didn't shoot. Lucifer said mockingly, "Kid, jump off this building, then you'll be able to fly." Kintian walked to the edge and said, "Yes, I want to fly." But he stopped at the edge. Lucifer asked, "Why aren't you jumping?" Kintian suddenly smiled and said, "Looks like you saw through my acting." He pointed the gun at Lucifer and said, "I underestimated you." Lucifer replied calmly, "With your eye technique, reading minds becomes very easy." Kintian said, "I don't even understand what you're saying, but one thing is certain, you're going to die here." Lin Feng rushed forward to protect Lucifer. But when Kintian pulled the trigger, there were no bullets in the gun. Lucifer smiled and said, "Lin Feng, you're very loyal. From now on, you're not my bodyguard anymore. You're my brother." Lin Feng said, "Brother is fine, but my salary should come on time." Lucifer replied, "All right, then I'll increase your salary 100 times. Kintian looked confused and asked, "Why are there no bullets in this gun?" Lucifer said calmly, "Only a fool falls for the same trick twice. I changed the bullets before Lin Feng arrived, because I knew you might try something like this." Then Lucifer threw a dagger at him and said, "You attacked me with the Empress dagger, right? Now I'll use it to kill you." He slashed Kintian several times. The system notified, "Viscount, you have completed your task. As a reward, you receive 2 Tiger Essence pills. These pills are made using the blood of tigers and dragons." Lucifer handed 1 pill to Lin Feng and said, "I brought this for you." Lin Feng looked at it and said, "What kind of candy is this? It smells terrible." Lucifer replied, "Just eat it once and see." After eating it, Lin Feng suddenly shouted, "Lucifer, what did you feed me? I feel intense pain." He tore his shirt and said, "My body is filled with energy. I feel extremely hot." Then he groaned, "I can't handle this anymore." Lucifer said, "Lin Feng, I gave you a huge amount of energy. It's very hard for a normal human to control it. But I also transferred 1 billion into your account. If you die, you won't be able to use that money. So work hard and survive." Lin Feng replied determinedly, "For 1 billion, I definitely won't die." The scene shifted. We see Bai Yunji again. She said, "Lucifer, how did you suddenly appear here? I was bidding for stones." Lucifer pulled her into his car. Yunji said, "What are you doing? It's still daytime." Lucifer replied, "You should show your gratitude." Yunji said nervously, "But we're parked by the roadside." Lucifer said, "It's fine. No one can see inside my car." And just like that, their system went live. Afterward, Yunji complained, "You're really terrible. You couldn't even wait until night." Meanwhile, a cameraman hiding in the bushes whispered, "After the auction, I had a feeling something like this would happen, so I followed them. Finally, I got some pictures. Both of them are about to become the heads of their families. This could be the biggest news of the year. Suddenly, Kia appeared behind him and said, "Delete those photos. I'll give you $100,000 in exchange." The cameraman laughed and said, "Oh, you're Lucifer's girlfriend. You want me to delete the photos? But tell me something. Lucifer doesn't even pay attention to you girls, so why do you keep chasing him?" Kia suddenly kicked him between the legs, making him collapse. She grabbed the camera chip and broke it. Kia warned, "If you ever do something like this again, I'll tell Lucifer about it." The cameraman quickly apologized. "I'm sorry. I'll never do it again." Kia thought, Lucifer used to go out drinking, but he always came home. Now he's been staying at Baiyunji's house for 2 days. When Kia returned home, she saw Lucifer's car parked outside. She thought, finally, Lucifer came home. She also thought, Lucifer likes beautiful women. I can't show my emotions in front of him. But when she entered the house, she saw Lucifer and Xiaoqing eating together. Lucifer said casually, "You're back. The rice has already gotten cold. Heat it up." Kia sat down and replied, "I'll eat it cold. You don't need to worry about me." Lucifer then said to Xiaoqing, "Sit on my lap. I'll feed you myself." Xiaoqing replied shyly, "That's not necessary." Lucifer said, "I saved you from the fire. Can't you at least do this for me?" Then he started feeding her. Lucifer told Kia, "Move your things to the guest room. Xiaoqing will stay in the second bedroom now. If she stays close to me, I'll be able to focus on my work." Xiaoqing quickly said, "The guest room is fine. I don't need the second room. Sister Kia, please don't leave your room." At that moment, Kia's affection reached 95 points, and her fear reached 99 points. Kia said angrily, "Lucifer, what exactly do you want? I've never betrayed you, and I've never thought about anyone other than you. Yet you're doing this to me." Xiaoqing thought, "I should leave quickly today." Lucifer replied coldly, "I've always acted like this. Why are you so angry now?" Kia said quietly, "I know what you want. If it's what you're thinking about, I can give it to you." After Kia left, Lucifer seemed troubled. Xiaoqing said, "Boss, you did all of this on purpose, didn't you? I know you're not that kind of person." Lucifer replied, "I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm very angry. I found out that Luo Fengji and Kia once had a relationship, and Kia even saved him in front of me. That made me furious. Even though it's not really her fault, I still can't help being angry." Xiaoqing said, "I know why. You actually like Kia, which is why you're so angry." Lucifer immediately replied, "Impossible. I've been surrounded by thousands of women. Being affected by just one girl is impossible. She's only my contract girlfriend, nothing more." Xiaoqing thought sarcastically, "Everyone here must be blind. It's obvious that a man is angry at his wife and waiting for her reaction." The next morning, Lucifer woke up and said, "How long have you been waiting for me?" Lin Feng replied, "Good morning, boss." Lucifer asked in shock, "Where is Kia?" Lin Feng said, "She went to the hospital for a few days. If you can't live without her, why don't you just tell her?" Lucifer said, "So Kia admitted her mistake." Lin Feng replied, "No, she has become the director of Central Hospital, and she's busy managing everything there. Apparently, she's even taken a liking to a junior doctor." Lucifer looked shocked. Lin Feng laughed and said, "I'm just joking. Look how nervous you got. You act like you don't care, but clearly you do. She hasn't fallen for anyone at the hospital, but a lot of people are chasing her. Don't wait too long." Lucifer sighed and said, "Looks like I'll have to visit the hospital." Inside Central Hospital, they met Myra. She said, "Brother, what are you doing here? The specialist who operated on Mom is waiting for our signature." Lin Feng replied, "I just brought Lucifer here to show him the hospital." Lucifer said, "Myra, it's been a long time since I last saw you." But when Myra saw Lucifer, she reacted very coldly. Lin Feng said, "Myra, don't act like this." Lucifer invited the best neurosurgeon in the country to treat Mom. But Myra replied coldly, "Brother was right. He's not a good person. It's better to stay away from him." Lucifer then walked over to Myra's mother and asked the doctor, "How is her condition?" The doctor replied, "It's not good. She has tumors in 9 different areas. Even the smallest mistake could damage her nerves. That's why I'm not completely confident about the operation." He was the neurosurgeon Han Zhangjian. Suddenly Kia arrived and said, "In my opinion, it would be better to use a traditional Chinese medical method for the operation." Lucifer said, "Whether it's Chinese medicine or Western medicine, a good doctor should be able to treat the patient with either." He secretly thought, "Kia looks even more beautiful in her doctor's uniform." Dr. Han scoffed and said, "Chinese medicine is nonsense. Every illness is treated with hot water. What kind of logic is that?" You people keep talking about refining medicine, but medicine isn't refined, it's made. You Chinese live in a different world, and your Chinese medicine is even worse. Tia responded firmly. Dr. Han, our hospital practices both Chinese and Western medicine, and you cannot question the power of Chinese medicine here. Dr. Han replied arrogantly. If Lucifer hadn't invited me, I wouldn't even have stepped into this trash hospital. Lucifer said coldly. Dr. Han, don't make things difficult here, or it will become difficult for you. Dr. Han thought nervously. Young Master Lucifer is angry because of me. What should I do now? He quickly stepped forward and said, Young Master Lucifer is right. I was careless earlier. At that moment, genius Dr. Yan Fang arrived and said, That's not true. In our hospital, we always use Chinese medicine first when treating patients. Chinese medicine isn't infamous because it's ineffective. It's because people don't know how to use it properly. Kia smiled and said, Senior brother Yan Fang, you're absolutely right. We must uphold medical ethics. She thought to herself, Lucifer bullied me yesterday, didn't he? I'll get my revenge today. Yan Fang smiled and said, Junior sister, you've grown up so much, and you look even more beautiful. Kia replied politely, Senior brother Yan Fang, you look good too. Lucifer then said, If that's the case, we shouldn't argue anymore. I'm planning to establish many Chinese medicine universities across the country and even around the world. I'll invite all Chinese doctors to join. Within 10 years, we'll have excellent Chinese doctors who can cure any disease, and no one will dare question them. Kaya thought, even though Lucifer can be awful sometimes, he always does what he says. But just claiming medicine is good isn't enough. We need to prove it with real results. Then she thought again, no, I shouldn't praise Lucifer. I'm still angry with him. Yan Fang suddenly looked at Lucifer and said, Who are you to speak such nonsense here? Dr. Han replied quickly, That nonsense is Lucifer, the young master of the Yin family. At that moment, Myra's mother suddenly began struggling to breathe. Kia shouted, Stop arguing. My mother is dying. Dr. Han said nervously, I'm not completely sure, but for young Master Lucifer's sake, I'll try. However, you must sign the consent form first. Lucifer thought, normally, senior doctors become very aggressive in situations like this. Yan Fang is supposed to be a genius doctor. Why isn't he doing anything? Then Yan Fang said, There's no time to move her to the operating room. We must treat her right here. He immediately began using his technique. Kia said in surprise, He's using the 13 Ghost Needles Supreme technique. Dr. Han scoffed. Nonsense. Bringing out a patient's illness with needles is ridiculous. Lucifer thought, a Western doctor mocking Chinese medicine. This is exactly what I expected. Now heaven will probably help Yan Fang prove his skill. Moments later, Myra's mother suddenly sat up and said, How long have I been asleep? Dr. Han said in shock, She recovered instantly? Yan Fang proudly said, Modern medicine is simply not at my level. The nurses and staff were shocked. The system then notified Lucifer, If you ruin this doctor's reputation, you will receive 3 Tianjiao points and the needle ghost technique. Lucifer thought, ruining the reputation of a doctor who just saved someone feels terrible, but I still have to do it. Myra then asked, Lucifer, where are you taking my mom? Lucifer replied, She is woken up, but we still don't know whether the tumor in her brain is gone or not. I'm taking her for a CT scan. Myra and Lin Feng both said gratefully, Our boss is really kind. Soon they arrived at the CT scan room. Lucifer said, Aunt, please wait inside the CT room. I'll come back shortly. After she entered the room, Lucifer secretly used the system to buy a realistic puppet. The system said, You spent 1 million points to purchase a realistic puppet. Lucifer looked at it and said, It really looks identical. He squeezed the puppet slightly, and it began acting as if it had died. Lucifer whispered, You're just a puppet. Close your eyes and pretend to die for 1 minute. The puppet immediately acted dead. Lucifer then ran out and shouted, Aunt is dead. Kia said in shock, But she was fine just a moment ago. How could she die right after entering? Lucifer replied, Ask Yan Fang. He was the one who treated her. Dr. Han immediately said, I told you he was a fraud. You can't cure someone just by sticking needles into them. Kia turned to Yan Fang and asked anxiously, Senior brother, did you make a mistake while using the 13 ghost needle technique? Yan Fang said nervously, Maybe she's in a shock state. If I insert 3 more needles, I can revive her. But after inserting the needles, nothing happened. Yan Fang thought in panic, How is this possible? How did she die? I didn't make any mistake while using my technique. At that moment, Lin Feng rushed forward angrily and shouted, You killed my mother. After getting beaten, Yan Fang begged, Junior sister, you trust me, right? I didn't make any mistake. Lucifer was the last person with the patient. It's all his fault. Kia shouted, "Shut up! Blaming someone else for your mistake is unacceptable. You made a serious medical error and now you must face the consequences." Myra cried and said, "Brother Lucifer, please do something and save my mom. I promise I will never be angry with you again." Lin Feng also pleaded, "Lucifer, for the sake of our brotherhood, please save my mother. I know you have that medicine that can bring dead people back to life." Lucifer replied calmly, "Don't worry. I was going to do it even if you hadn't asked. Even if I have to spend my entire fortune to save Aunt, I will do it. But Myra, you must remember the words you just said." Myra nodded and said, "Yes, I won't be jealous anymore." Yanfang scoffed and said, "How can any medicine revive the dead? Such a pill must be a fraud." Lucifer replied, "You don't know about the greatest treasure of our Yin family. It has been guarded by our family for 13 years. It is the most powerful medicine in the entire history of Chinese medicine. Its name is the Eternal Pill, and it can revive the dead. I'll go and save Auntie right now." Yanfang said in surprise, "The Eternal Pill? I always thought this was just a myth. So how can this pill exist in the real world?" After going inside, Lucifer secretly removed the puppet. When he returned, he said to Myra's mother, "Aunt, I'm sorry. I went to the restroom for a moment." She replied kindly, "It's all right, child. The CT scan just finished. Lucifer, you are a very good boy. If I could find someone like you for Myra, I would die happily." Hearing this, Lucifer didn't know what to say. Soon they returned outside, and everyone became happy to see her alive again. Meanwhile, Yanfang looked completely shocked. Lucifer then dragged Yanfang outside the hospital and threw him out, saying, "You are no longer welcome at Central Hospital. Leave." Yanfang angrily replied, "Fine. I will remember this humiliation, and I will definitely come back for revenge." As Yanfang was walking down the road, a truck suddenly hit a car and drove away. Yanfang said, "Running away after hitting someone? It looks like you did it on purpose." He then said, "I'm a doctor. I must save her." Using his techniques, he managed to save the injured girl. The girl woke up and said, "Did I reincarnate? No, it looks like I'm still in my real body. Doctor, thank you for saving me. I will definitely repay you." It turned out that the girl was the president of the Red Leaf Dragon Group. The scene shifted. Lucifer said to Kia, "Bring me a glass of water." Kia replied coldly, "There are only 10 minutes left in our contract, and you're still asking me to do things for you. After today, I will never return to your house again. Take care of yourself. From now on, no one will stop you. You can enjoy your life as much as you want." Lucifer said, "You're really the first girl who has ever provoked me and managed to get my attention." Kia replied, "Those words don't mean anything anymore." Lucifer pushed her slightly and said, "If you admit your mistake, I'll forgive you." Kia said angrily, "What mistake have I made that I should admit? I never betrayed you. I already told you that." Lucifer said, "You disobeyed me. From childhood until today, no one has ever shouted at me. But you did. Fine, leave. Get out of here and never appear in front of me again." Kia said, "Fine, I'm leaving and I'll never come back." As she walked away, she thought, "How can someone be this heartless?" Lucifer thought, "Normally Kia never obeys me so easily and always argues back. But today she accepted everything calmly." Then Lucifer suddenly said, "Don't go." Kia stopped and returned while crying. She said, "I couldn't leave like that. It didn't feel right to leave you." Her affection reached 99 points. The system reported, "This person will never betray you." Kia said softly, "Lucifer, I've been waiting so long to hear those words. For 3 years I stayed here because of our contract. But today I felt like I no longer had any reason to stay." Lucifer replied, "I don't want you to ever leave like that. I want you to stay with me forever." Kia kissed him. She said, "Let's go to the rooftop." Lucifer replied, "This is my house. I can do whatever I want here." And just like that, their system went live. Kia's affection reached 100 points. She said, "You're a terrible man, but I still like you. In the end, I still fell into your hands." Lucifer said, "If I'm honest, I've only ever truly liked one girl." Kia replied, "Stop saying nonsense. I caught a reporter taking pictures of you with Bai Yunji." Lucifer said, "Yes, I admit that, but I did it intentionally. I knew that reporter was taking photos." Kia asked, "Why would you do that?" Lucifer explained, "When I was young, my marriage was arranged in Longdu with a girl who is said to be the smartest woman in the world, but I've never seen her. I thought that if she saw those photos, she would cancel the engagement, so I deliberately staged it." Kia said softly, "I'm sorry for misunderstanding you." Then she handed him the memory card. The system notified Lucifer, "You have completed Kia's affection quest. You received 2 Tianjiao points and the modern medicine technique." Lucifer thought, Now that I have the modern medicine technique, if I defeat Yanfang and obtain his ancient medicine technique as well, I could become the greatest doctor in the world. Then he wondered, but why did I receive Tianzhao points because of Kia? At that moment, Tina appeared and said, because Kia possesses secret Tianzhao points. Lucifer asked, secret Tianzhao points? What are those? Tina replied, if I knew, why would they be called secret? But for some reason, I feel very jealous of this girl. Lucifer, you should know that the people you're about to face won't be easy to deal with. They all have the support of heaven. Some people are blessed with such strong destiny that even the system cannot defeat them. Lucifer said, Lin Feng has already surrendered. Luo Fengji and Qin Tian are gone now, and they were the strongest on their side. No one else should be able to oppose us. The only enemy I've spared so far is the Dragon King, Xiao Chen. Do you think he might cause any trouble? The scene then shifts to Xiao Chen. Captain China said to him, Xiao Chen, someone has come to meet you. I heard that you want to atone for your crimes by doing good deeds. Xiao Chen replied, yes, I can help you solve many of the overseas problems, but in return, you must let me go. Captain China nodded and said, all right, I promise, but you must not take revenge on Lucifer or anyone else. Xiao Chen replied angrily, Lucifer, that bastard. I still remember him. The scene shifts again to Longdu, showing the Shenguan family. A girl named Assistant Milan runs to Lucifer's future wife. Milan said, young miss, a video has arrived from your fiancé. The young lady asked, from my fiancé? Do you mean Lucifer? Milan replied, I heard rumors that he's a shameless pervert and a terrible person, but I didn't expect him to behave like this in broad daylight. He even recorded those videos and sent them here. He's clearly provoking the Shenguan family. You should take this opportunity to cancel the engagement. The young woman was Shenguan Jenny, the eldest daughter of the Shenguan family. Jenny said calmly, why would I do that? Milan said, he's behaving disgracefully in public. If he continues acting like this in the future, it won't be good for you. Jenny replied firmly, be quiet. How can you underestimate something so simple? Our families have already exchanged letters and sent invitations. In this life, I will remain a member of the Yin family. Lucifer is already my fiancé, and I will never leave him. Then she said, give me that tablet. And starting tomorrow, when you come to work for me, wear traditional clothing. Milan thought to herself, it seems the illness she had 3 years ago damaged the young Mrs. mind. One day she woke up and couldn't recognize anyone, yet she suddenly started speaking fluent Chinese. After that, she began wearing traditional clothes and developed an interest in piano, chess, and calligraphy, just like a traditional Chinese master. Meanwhile, Jenny began watching the video of Lucifer and Bai Yunji. She smiled slightly and said, Lucifer, your body is impressive. In the past 9 lifetimes, I was the one who killed you. Every time, I stopped you from becoming the greatest villain. If I kill you again this time, you will disappear forever. This is your last chance to become the greatest villain. Fortunately, I didn't even need to search for you. Just like when I betrayed and killed you during the era of Emperor Zhu Jin, I will kill you again. Back in the present, Tina said to Lucifer, don't think you're invincible now. If the gods decide to make a move against you, you won't survive. You might even be destroyed before you have a chance to ask for help. Lucifer asked, wouldn't a life-saving pill save me? Tina replied, through live streaming, you've discovered a way to earn many points. But the life pill isn't perfect. If you've been dead for too long, or if your body is severely damaged, nothing can save you. So increase your strength as soon as possible, steal other people's skills, and grow stronger. Only then will you be able to fight against heaven. Because your final opponents will be the heavenly gods, and they are the ones who write everyone's fate, many things will happen against you. At that moment, Kia woke up and said, Master Ji is very sick. He has invited all the best doctors in the city to his house. I have to go. I can't stay here anymore. Lucifer asked, Master Ji is sick. Kia replied, yes, I heard he has a very strange illness. Lucifer asked, is Yanfang going there too? Kia teased him. Are you jealous? Yanfang had a 100% success rate at Central Hospital, and everyone in the city knows he's an excellent doctor. That's why the Ji family invited him. Lucifer said, all right, then I'll go with you. The scene shifts to the Ji family mansion. Ji Wuji said, whoever cures my father will receive all this money as a reward. Dr. Han said, his health indicators were completely normal before. I don't understand how his condition suddenly became like this. Kia stepped forward and said, let me try once. Dr. Han said, Mr. Lucifer has arrived. He will definitely be able to help. Ji Wuji muttered, what is Lucifer doing here? Every time I meet him, my luck disappears. Lucifer asked. Jiwuji, what happened to your father? If he's sick, why didn't I hear about it? Jiwuji replied. Dad suddenly had a severe headache, and now it has gotten much worse. Lucifer said jokingly, headaches are usually caused by ghosts, and stomach aches are caused by poison. Maybe you should call a spiritual priest. He could cure your father in 1 minute. Inside the room, the old master was screaming, It feels like my head is going to explode. Everyone rushed inside. Jiwuji said, Yanfang, wait a moment. Yanfang replied seriously, the patient has suffered a brain attack. We must use the silver needle technique to extract the problem immediately, or he will die. But Dr. Han quickly said, Young master, please don't trust him. He once killed a patient at Central Hospital. I saw with my own eyes how terrible his treatment methods are. Jiwuji said angrily, Fake doctors are not welcome in my house. Get out of the G residence immediately. Yanfang replied coldly, You're a complete fool. You don't even know who is good for you and who is bad. Fine. You don't need to invite anyone else. I'll leave on my own. But remember one thing. Don't remove the silver needles inserted into your father's head, or you will face the consequences. Then he looked at Kia and added, Believe me or not, but let me tell you one thing. Lucifer is not a good person. You should stay away from him. Kia replied calmly, Brother, you don't need to worry about me. As he left, Yanfang said, I'm not worried. I'm just warning you. In the end, you will beg me to come back. And as for this illness, no one except me can cure it. After Yanfang left, Dr. Han said, He was just talking nonsense. Then he removed the needles from Jiwuji's father's head. Immediately, the old master screamed in pain. It hurts so much. It feels like my head is about to explode. Kia said, It seems he's in serious pain. I'll give him an injection to make him unconscious. But Master Ji suddenly slapped the syringe out of her hand. Lucifer stepped forward and said, Don't worry, I'll handle this. He grabbed the old master's head and began channeling his energy into it. Lucifer said firmly, Sit still or I'll rip your head off right here. After a moment, Master Ji finally fell asleep. Lucifer thought, Yanfang's technique was actually quite simple. No matter how arrogant he is, he's still a genius doctor who studied many books. Using his knowledge, he reached a very advanced level. He blocked the master's acupuncture points with silver needles, which temporarily suppressed his senses and calmed him down. But once the needles were removed, the acupuncture points were released and the pain returned. But how did this strange illness suddenly appear? Could it be a scheme? Maybe Yanfang wanted the Ji family to kneel and beg him for help. That's why he left so confidently, saying they would eventually beg him to come back. Jiwuji said worriedly, What should I do? It seems that only Dr. Yanfang can cure my father. Should I go and bring him back? Lucifer replied, There's another problem. When did Yanfang arrive in Zhangcheng City? Kia said, 7 or 8 days ago. Lucifer asked Jiwuji, When did your father's headache start? Jiwuji replied, About 5 days ago. Then he suddenly realized something and said, Ah, I understand what you mean. Lucifer nodded and said, You're right. Those needles are called soul-changing needles. They contain 99 types of medicines. In the past, doctors used this method to make money. When rich people were in pain, they would visit doctors for treatment. But the doctors would refuse at first, so they could demand a larger payment. Lucifer then asked, Have either of you heard of this story or these soul-changing needles? Kia and Jiwuji shook their heads and said, No, but what you're saying makes sense. Lucifer secretly thought, Of course you haven't heard of it. I just made that story up. Then Lucifer showed them an app and said, This is an application that protects people from fraud. You should download it. Jiwuji said, Lucifer, you seem to know a lot. Can you save my father? I don't want him to live forever with 4 needles stuck in his head. Lucifer replied, I'm not a doctor, so I can't treat him myself, but I know someone who can. Jiwuji asked, Who? Lucifer pointed at Kia and said, Kia, the director of Central Hospital. Kia quickly said, But I can't do that. Lucifer replied, Kia, this is a huge opportunity. You'll gain a lot of fame. Just let things happen here. I'll help you. Soon they returned to Master Ji's room. Kia said, First I'll use ibuprofen to reduce his pain, then I'll plan the treatment. Lucifer said, All right, I'll handle the rest. Lucifer thought, Yanfang said that evil energy had entered the patient's body. Since Yanfang said it, it must be true because he has heaven's support. All I need to do is inject my true energy into his body to eliminate the evil energy. Lucifer did exactly that. After a short while, the old master began to recover. Lucifer said, Was it really this easy? We'll know for sure after he wakes up. At that moment, Tina appeared and said, I've discovered the cause of the illness. Someone scattered something in the surrounding space, disturbing the magnetic field. Because of that disturbance, good and evil energy clashed. A allowing evil energy to enter the patient's body. Lucifer asked, "Something was scattered in space? What exactly is happening?" Tina replied, "Simply put, someone nearby has been reborn." Lucifer smiled slightly and said, "Heroes are always reborn to kill villains. Looks like someone like that has appeared here again." Then Lucifer said to Kia, "Kia, remove the needles from his head." As soon as Kia pulled the needles out of Master G's head, he screamed loudly, "My head is going to explode." Jiwooji said nervously, "Is it happening again?" But suddenly Master G became quiet. After a moment he said, "I'm completely fine now. I don't feel any pain anymore. I was only shouting because I've gotten used to shouting when I'm in pain." Hearing this strange explanation, both Kia and Jiwooji were shocked. Lucifer then said to Jiwooji, "Yan Fang tried to scheme against your family. He wanted to make your father sick and eventually kill him. Are you really going to let such a useless doctor remain in Jiangcheng?" Jiwooji replied angrily, "That bastard Yan Fang dared to provoke the Ji family. If I don't punish him, won't people laugh at our family? The whole city will see how the Ji family deals with someone like him." He shouted to his guards, "Catch him! Drag him back here!" The guards replied, "Yes, we'll teach him a lesson." Kia was about to say something, but Lucifer asked, "Is something wrong?" Kia replied quietly, "No, I just feel sad. Someone who was so talented in medicine suddenly became a villain just for profit." Lucifer said, "Prosperity and profit are things everyone wants. Because of them, people often abandon their morality and kindness." Jiwooji said firmly, "I will never allow such a terrible doctor to stay in Jiangcheng. I'll tell the whole country about his crimes so that no patient will ever go to him again." Yan Fang is finished. Meanwhile, on the road, Yan Fang was walking alone. Suddenly, Ji family bodyguards appeared and said, "Stop him." Yan Fang thought, "I haven't even walked for 2 minutes and they're already here to beg me to return." But instead, one guard suddenly struck him in the face with a stick and the others began beating him. One guard said, "Young master ordered us to break your arms and legs." Yan Fang panicked and shouted, "Don't break my limbs. If you do that, I'll never be able to treat patients again." Just then, someone suddenly appeared and knocked the guards away. A woman said coldly, "He helped me before. Who gave you the courage to attack him?" She was Hongyi of the Red Leaf Dragon Group. Soon Yejui arrived and said, "So it's you, Hongyi. Why are you acting so arrogant? Are you really trying to oppose the Ji family?" Hongyi replied calmly, "I was wondering who dared to speak to me like that. So it's Yejui, the daughter-in-law of the Ji family. Since when did you become the master of the Ji family, giving orders to everyone?" Jiwooji stepped forward and said, "Yejui can do whatever she wants. She doesn't need anyone's permission." Hongyi said, "Then can you at least spare Yan Fang?" Yan Fang said proudly, "Hongyi, don't beg them. I already treated the patient properly. Instead of thanking me, they're trying to beat me. If patients' families behave like this, no doctor will want to treat them." Jiwooji angrily attacked him and said, "You deliberately made my father sick. You call yourself a doctor, yet you ignore your patient's life. You deserve punishment." But suddenly Hongyi drew her sword and shattered Jiwooji's weapon, then placed her blade against his neck. She said coldly, "Do you want to die?" Jiwooji thought, "After being reborn, I believed I could protect the Ji family. But I never imagined things would turn out like this. In my last life, Hongyi came to kill us because of Yejui. I tried everything to hide the truth, but she still appeared." At that moment, something suddenly struck Hongyi's sword, knocking it out of her hand. Hongyi thought in shock, "Whoever attacked just now is extremely powerful. He knocked the sword out of my hand using only a leaf. This person must be a master of the true energy realm." Just then, Lucifer appeared and said calmly, "Please don't misunderstand." Hongyi asked coldly, "Who are you? How dare you interfere in the affairs of the Ji family?" Lucifer replied, "I'm Lucifer." Hongyi said, "Lucifer, I've never heard of you." Lucifer thought awkwardly, "She just completely ignored me." Yan Fang shouted angrily, "That's the bastard who ruined my reputation. That old woman must have been pretending to die. I treated her perfectly. She couldn't possibly have died. I've saved countless patients who were about to die. How could I kill someone?" Lucifer replied calmly, "It doesn't matter what you say anymore. The entire world already believes that a patient died because of you. Your reputation as a doctor is completely destroyed. No matter how much you try to fix things now, it won't work. Once people form an opinion, it's impossible to change. To them, you're already a quack doctor." Yan Fang shouted furiously, "This is all your fault. Until now, I've only shown the world my 13 ghost needle technique. Now I'll show you my true power." Meanwhile, people watching the live stream were excited. They commented, "This fight is incredible." Lucifer pulled out his Empress dagger, and easily blocked all of Yanfang's attacks. Yanfang thought, he blocked all my flying needles so easily. Who exactly is this man? Yanfang shouted, if you survive my first attack, that's fine, but you won't survive the second. Then he launched dozens of needles. He said proudly, I fired 27 needles, and they move as fast as bullets. You won't be able to handle this speed. You're definitely going to die. Lucifer replied calmly, you're bragging so much after throwing just 27 needles? Then Lucifer dodged all of the attacks effortlessly. Yanfang looked around in shock. Lucifer disappeared. Even Hongyi said, where did he go? I can't see him anywhere. Suddenly, Lucifer appeared behind Yanfang and placed the Empress dagger against his neck. He said quietly, weren't you looking for me? Yanfang said in shock, how did you suddenly appear here? At that moment, the system informed Lucifer, you can teleport anywhere within 30 feet, but it will cost 1 million villain points. You currently have 2.8 million villain points. Lucifer thought, last time I only had 2.7 million. How did it increase? Meanwhile, Xiaoqing was live streaming the fight. She said to her viewers, Boss suddenly appeared behind Yanfang. Can he teleport? No, that's impossible. He must have run extremely fast. People in the livestream comments were amazed. They wrote, it didn't even look like he moved. He teleported in 1 second. Is this guy some kind of superhuman? Just then, Hongyi stepped forward and said, if you want to attack Yanfang, you'll have to fight me first. Lucifer easily dodged her attack. He thought, the system still hasn't said that my task is complete. That means destroying Yanfang's reputation isn't finished yet. I won't let him go alive. Lucifer said mockingly, young miss, I can clearly see your attacks. Try moving your body a little faster. Don't they feed you at home? You can't even move properly. Hongyi angrily replied, you only avoided a few attacks. Next time I won't miss. She attacked again, but Lucifer calmly blocked her sword with the Empress dagger. Lucifer said casually, young lady, I could fight you for an entire year. Just don't shout so much, it doesn't look good on you. Hongyi said angrily, you shameless man. Getting close to me isn't that easy. She attacked again. Lucifer smiled and said, so you tried to trick me by pulling out your short blade. That was actually a clever move. He dodged again and then activated the 36 blood technique. Hongyi thought, I'm sure this man is a master of the true energy realm, but that still won't be enough. As she blocked another attack, Lucifer suddenly placed the Empress dagger against her neck. Lucifer said calmly, you missed something. I used the same technique on both you and Yanfang, and both of you fell for it. At that moment, Hongyi's affection rose to 60 points, and her fear also reached 60 points. Hongyi sighed and said, I lost. You can do whatever you want. Lucifer thought, anything I want? Then he suddenly stepped forward and kissed Hongyi. Hongyi shouted in shock, you kissed me without even asking. Lucifer smiled and replied, didn't you just say I could do whatever I want? Hongyi punched him and said angrily, you shameless bastard, you tricked me. Lucifer laughed. That kiss was pretty enjoyable. Maybe I should do it again. Meanwhile, Tia watched from the side and thought, here he goes again. Knowing Lucifer, this girl won't escape his charm either. Looks like another sister will soon join my group. Hongyi's affection increased to 70, while her fear dropped to 10. Hongyi angrily said, I told you to kill me, not to do something like that. I've never seen a bigger scoundrel than you. At that moment, someone from the dragon group arrived and said to Yanfang, Brother Fang, stay strong. You must endure this. Yanfang muttered, I don't know why, but it feels like someone just tricked me. Hongyi then said to Lucifer, I can ignore everything else, but Yanfang once saved my life. You must spare him. If you refuse, we'll fight to the death. Lucifer replied calmly, fine, I don't mind. Yanfang thought bitterly, I never imagined a genius doctor like me would have to hide behind a woman. Suddenly Yanfang grabbed Yeji and tied her hands. He said, Sister Hongyi, isn't this the girl you've been searching for? She's the one with the moon physique. Yeji said in shock, they found out. Jiwuji thought nervously. Even after returning through time, I still couldn't change anything. Yanfang said again, Sister Hongyi, this is the girl you've been looking for. Hongyi said angrily, I didn't even realize she was standing behind me. I was about to let her go, but now she won't escape. I'll kill her so thoroughly that she'll never reincarnate again. Yeji quickly said, I have no choice. I must use that now. Lucifer, complete our deal. Lucifer immediately stepped forward and rescued her. He said, Miss Yejui is quite impressive. I admire you. Lucifer explained. At the auction, Yejui said she would help solve Qin Tian's problem, but in return I had to save the Ji family once. At that time, I had no idea such danger would come to the Ji family. She planned this deal very carefully. He thought, I believe Jiwooji and this girl are the ones who were reborn after disturbing time and space. Hongyi angrily said, "Why are you interfering again? What does this have to do with you? Don't tell me you kissed her too." Lucifer smirked and said, "No, not yet, but you just gave me a good idea." At that moment, Yanfang puts a hat on Jiwooji as well. He said, "First Lucifer fooled me, and now it's your turn." Hongyi shouted, "No matter what happens, I will kill this girl. Don't stand in my way." Lucifer replied coldly, "I won't spare Yanfang. If you keep acting aggressively, I won't spare you either. I'm Lucifer. I've never listened to anyone." With that, Lucifer attacked and knocked Hongyi backward. Hongyi shouted, "Members of the dragon group, listen to me. Kill this bastard." Jiwooji said nervously, "Everyone in the dragon group is a warrior. They don't hesitate before killing or dying. We can't stop them." Kia worriedly said, "Has the situation become this serious? What if they actually kill Lucifer?" Yeju said to Lucifer, "I asked you to protect the G family, not me. You can step back and save both yourself and the G family. I'll sacrifice myself." Lucifer replied calmly, "Trust me. If I don't try, how will I know whether I can defeat her or not?" Yeju asked, "Why are you doing all this? You're already the famous young master of Zhangcheng. You have money, fame, and countless women." Lucifer smiled and said, "My reason is simple. If such a beautiful girl dies for no reason right in front of me, that wouldn't feel right. I can't watch something like that happen." Just then, the warriors of the dragon group stepped forward. One of them shouted, "Bastard, we'll kill you. I hate people like you. Handsome and rich." Suddenly another voice shouted, "Stop!" Everyone turned in shock. "King Hanlu has arrived." All the warriors immediately bowed and said, "Welcome, King Hanlu." People watching the live stream were also shocked. Where did this big boss come from? Is that really King Hanlu? King Hanlu arrived with two powerful men beside him. He looked at Hongyi and said sternly, "Hongyi, what are you doing?" Hongyi replied, "Adoptive father, you finally arrived. There's a bastard named Lucifer here. He's acting extremely aggressively and seems to have a strong background. I need your help to deal with him." Lucifer muttered, "Why is she calling him adoptive father?" King Hanlu suddenly shouted angrily, "Hongyi, what are you doing?" Hongyi said nervously, "Adoptive father, did I do something wrong? I was only following the family's mission. You promised you wouldn't interfere." King Hanlu replied, "Yes, I promised not to interfere. But I never said you could kill my grandson." Hongyi froze. "Your grandson?" At that moment, Lucifer happily hugged him and said, "Grandpa, I missed you so much. Why haven't you come to see me lately?" King Hanlu smiled warmly and said, "My dear little Lucy, I haven't been feeling well lately. My legs hurt, so I couldn't visit you. But once I recover, I'll come see you every day." Hongyi stood there in complete shock. She thought, "Grandpa? Little Lucy, what is going on here?" Yanfang said in disbelief, "King Hanlu of Long Wuzong is Lucifer's grandfather? That's an incredibly powerful background." Jiwooji added calmly, "You've only learned about his grandfather. If you find out about his great-grandfather, you'll wet your pants." What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.